The Atlantic Ocean is facing a problem that we, humans, have brought upon it. The western Atlantic bluefin tuna are disappearing at a rapid rate. Over the past 4 decades, the population of the western Atlantic bluefin tuna has decreased as much as 82%. This is so dramatic that if proper measures are not taken, we could witness the extinction of this species. When examining the extinction or population reduction events, it's easy to ask what is causing the event, but seldom can we put our finger directly upon this problem. In regards to the bluefin tuna, we are the problem. We must ask ourselves, where did this obsession from bluefin come from? This particular fish was once referred to in Japan by the term neko matagi, or fish the cat wouldn't want. Bluefin has a strong smell and strong taste, as opposed to the fish with white flesh that are preferred for traditional Eastern dishes as well as sushi. Author Paul Greenberg noted in his book, For Fish, Americans considered bluefin too bloody to eat and had no interest in bringing home their catch. The landscape of Japan had changed, bringing with it a love of beef that led to other red meats with bold, strong tastes. Planes delivering various merchandise throughout the U.S. were returning home empty. Why waste that space when you could fill it up with cheap, delicious meat? With advancements in refrigeration, these monster fish could be preserved so that airline customers could enjoy sushi or other traditional Japanese dishes that now incorporated the bluefin. This introduction to the fish would sweep around the world, causing people to demand this fish, which was once treated like trash, so that they too could enjoy the flavor wherever they were. We now live in a culture that prizes bluefin so much that just 2 years ago, the first tuna of the year sold for a record $1.76 million. Not to mention we have TV shows dedicated to the tuna fishing industry, as well as many other forms of media promoting its beautiful flesh, taste, and enjoyment while catching. Due to these factors, we have now reached a tipping point in the search for balance in regards to the western Atlantic bluefin tuna. The bluefin tuna are a top predator in the ocean, and due to the interconnectedness of everything within the ocean, the disappearance of the bluefin could have terrible widespread effects for both marine and human life. This true tragedy of the commons could be devastating. Fish markets could plunge without their top seller, costing many people their livelihoods. Future generations would be denied the chance to study, consume, and enjoy the bluefin in its natural habitat. Additionally, when a top predator disappears from its environment, positive vicious feedback can occur and will take place, such as in the Black Sea when the bonito was overfished to the brink. The anchovy population exploded and devastated the area with overeating, or when urchin predators in reef systems are overfished, resulting in unchecked spread of sea urchins, which in turn drove away kelp eaters, resulting in reefs being smothered by kelp and algae. If we allow extinction, it will be unfair to mankind's future generations and, more importantly, the health of the ocean as a whole. We as humans need to work to bring about a recovery in the bluefin tuna population, striving to reach a dynamic equilibrium, where we can enjoy catching and consuming these creatures while also ensuring that the marine system will function properly, because without balance, chaos or randomness will occur within this system. As daunting as everything has sounded, there are groups and agencies working towards the recovery and health of the tuna population. The International Commission for the Conservation of Atlantic Tunas, or ICCAT, is responsible for posting limits on catching bluefin. For 2007, the limit was 27,500 tons, and has been reduced steadily until this last year with a limited haul of 13,400 tons. Less than half the limit 7 years ago. Additionally, ICCAT monitors the stock of the fish throughout the Atlantic and dictates the flow in which anglers, commercial, and sport fishermen alike can claim these fish. And with ICCAT monitoring all vessels, farming facilities, ports, and established traps within the Atlantic, there is hope that this species will recover due to their resilient nature and begin the process of recovery and spreading throughout the ocean and begin to organize and maintain their own populations. Surprisingly, additional hope has come through the hands of the Japanese themselves, who, after hearing the results of the International Scientific Committee for Tuna's findings on the population decrease, the Japanese Fisheries Agency agreed to slash their allowable haul of bluefin tuna by 50% and brokered a deal with other major partners such as South Korea, Taiwan, Canada, and the U.S. to institute similar limits that will be in effect until 2024. These are promising starts on the road to recovery, but we must also be alert that we do not shift the burden to another species which cannot maintain a similar population. Instead, we must start with our views. We must look past our desire to have this fish whenever we want, and then we have to establish rules governing this agreement, but not suffocate the people it will affect with rule beating. And lastly, we must establish a consistent stock so that we may monitor and utilize while not depleting it by including buffers such as bag limits, weight limits, and remain within their reproduction cycle by allowing delays such as no fishing during spawning season. I believe with these measures and actions in place, we will see a healthier ocean with a more responsible global community that will take proper steps in the future to protect against overfishing and exploitation of other species.